Hi, and welcome to this Tales from the Hut and Hangar Aircraft Rarities episode about the Portsmouth Aviation Aerocar. Work commenced in the mid-1940s on the Aerocar. It was a high-winged monoplane with a gondola fuselage, twin-boom tailplane and retractable undercarriage. The cabin was fitted with 4 car-style doors that could accommodate 5 passengers plus the pilot. So the cabin layout was a passenger sat alongside the pilot, and the second row was 3 passengers, and the back row would be 1 passenger with room for all the baggage. And on production aircraft, rear clamshell doors would be fitted, and also the aircraft would be dual controlled. And here's some nice adverts that the manufacturers at that time used to put out. As well as the basic passenger version, they offered it in many other ways of utilising the cabin space efficiently and the roles it could perform. There was one configuration that really amused me, and that was the flying office, and that simply involved a table and a typewriter. The aircraft would also be available on floats or on skis. It also had a steerable nose wheel that helped it manoeuvre better in restricted airstrips. Portsmouth also claimed that it would take off in 478 feet on dry grass and climb out on one engine at full load at 230 foot a minute. Simplicity of build and maintenance was aimed for, so ideally the intentions were very good. And I do think the aircraft looked really nice. The prototype was of composite construction. Fabric covered wooden wings, tail booms and tail fitted to a metal fuselage. Production models would be all metal and have electronically controlled rotor variable pitch propellers and be fitted with a Sperry autopilot. Construction of both the major and minor variants was started. The minor, Golf Alpha Golf November Juliet, was not fully completed. They realised it would just not have enough power. Another variant was abandoned before they started building it, and it was a very low-powered junior model with fixed gear. I always think it's odd about building a lower-powered version of any aircraft. They normally want more power, and it was reported the one they did build was underpowered. And on top of that, the production aircraft was going to be all metal, and obviously have more weight, and I think they would have struggled with power. The Portsmouth Aerocar Major, and the Major title was dropped, I think, really, as time went on, and they just referred to it as the Aerocar, started its taxiing trials at Portsmouth Airport on the south coast of England on June the 18th, 1947, and it was given the registration Golf Alpha Golf Tango Golf. Pilot Frank Laxmore was so pleased with the taxiing trials he decided to do the maiden flight on the same day. And as far as I know, the test flights went okay. It was displayed later that year at the 1947 SBAC Radlett Air Show. Interest was good and some orders came in. You can see the Aerocar on this photograph on the left, and next to it is a Cunliffe-owned Concordia that I covered in another episode. And you can find the link to this in this episode's description. And also this cutaway image now, I've put up another link so you can view it in more detail. So some facts and figures on the Aerocar. It had a crew of 1, a capacity of 5, a length of 26 foot and 3 inches. Its wingspan was 42 foot. Its height was 10 foot 7 inches, and its wing area was 255 square foot. Its empty weight was 2,600 pounds. Its maximum takeoff weight was 3,950 pounds, and its maximum landing weight was 3,800 pounds. Its power plants were 2 Blackburn Cirrus Major 3 4-cylinder air-cooled inverted inline piston engines at 155 horsepower each. Propellers 2-bladed fixed pitch air screws, and that was on the prototype. So onto its performance. Its maximum speed was 167 mph, its cruising speed was 153 mph, and its range was 620 miles. Its service ceiling was 19,800 foot, and its rate of climb was 1,180 foot a minute. So on with its story. Funding for the development of the Aerocar hinged on an agreement for licensed manufacture out in India. To support planned Indian production, the uncompleted minor was sent out as a template aircraft. But with the political changes going on in that country, in 1947 the investment faded away, and finally the project was abandoned. Portsmouth Aviation was unable to continue with the development. Financing the project was difficult, and the changes in nationalisation of air travel in Britain did not help. Lionel Balfour, the company founder and driving force of the Aerocar, had now left the company. And Portsmouth Aviation was also restructured, so all of this meant the end of the Aerocar. So the aircraft was stored until it was scrapped in 1950, which was a massive shame. I still think it was a cracking aircraft and had great potential. But anyway, thanks for listening. Please leave a comment, like or subscribe, and please return. And for now, thank you very much and goodbye.